Today's video, we're going to be talking about how you can create awesome, fulfilling, happy, joyful, loving, successful relationships, and how you may be blocking yourself from receiving these new relationships or stopping yourself from receiving these. And I promise you, if you stick around towards the end of the video, you will have a clear roadmap. Roadmap. No road maps here, guys. A clear roadmap that will lead you to the fulfilling relationships that you desire. I am going to give you the keys that are going to unlock the gateways to your freedom in your relationships. And I'm so excited to be here. So thank you for being here. And the first thing I want to talk about is I want to start with asking you a question. Are you being the friend that you want? Are you the friend that you want? Because we experience mirrors in our life. As above, so below, as within, so without. What we see externally is a reflection of what's going on within us. So the first thing that you really get to look at is, are you being the friend that you want? If your dream friend met you today, would they want to hang out with you? And if not, there's some things that you get to do to continuously become that person, to be that person. I know that when I wanted to create more friends in my life, one of the most important things was that as I reflect on my journey in the past, one of the most important elements was that I continued to work on myself. I continued to grow. And as I did this, you start to raise your vibration. You start to change your energy. You don't have to kick your friends out of your life in order to create new friendships. What I noticed along my journey as I continued to grow and I continued to put effort into my growth and my development and who I wanted to be and got inspired about life. As I continued to be that, what I noticed over time is that I started to hang out with them less and less and less and less. They stopped asking me to hang out less and less and less and less and less. And over time, eventually they just kind of fell out. They just kind of fell out of my life. And new ones just kind of showed up. And that's how things happen. When you start to change your energy, you change your life. You don't have to kick them all out and go out and find all these friends. It happens naturally as you change your energy, who you're being. So that'd be the first thing I'd say. You really want to make sure that you are practicing. Are you growing? Are you being the friend that you want? And as you do this, you also get to learn how to create space. If you're hanging out with friends that don't resonate with you, why are you hanging out with them all the time? That's another question. And this is something I started to ask myself. Is, man, all we do is sit around, drink alcohol, smoke weed, do drugs, play video games, and do absolutely nothing. And when I share what I'm excited about and what I'm inspired about, they're like, oh yeah, that's cool, Joe. Yeah, whatever you say. It's not a fulfilling thing. I'm like, why am I even here? And what I realized is that I didn't even want to be around them, yet I was doing it because I felt like there was no other option. So something that you get to do if you want to create more fulfilling relationships in your life is create space. Create space. You have to create space for the new to come in. If you want to get a new wardrobe, you first got to get rid of the old wardrobe. You can't get a new bed if you still have your bed sitting there. And the same goes for our relationship. So actually what happened for me is that I went into an isolation period, kind of just naturally inspired and happened. I stopped talking to those friends and I stopped hanging out with them for about 3 months. I went into this incubation period of just like just growth and studying and learning and just focused on, wow, all this knowledge and wisdom that, the normal education system didn't share with me. I was just excited about learning about life. And I'm not saying it takes 3 months. I'm not saying it's going to take a year. It's going to whatever the natural unfolding process is for you, it'll be perfect in divine timing. But for me, what it looked like was for 3 months, because I didn't really want, I wasn't even really I was just so obsessed with what I was learning. But I was in this period, and I had the intention overall in the background of my life, I want new friends in my life. And I went out. I went out to go get an acai bowl. It's like a fruit smoothie little bowl, if you don't know what that is. And someone was working, and they invited me out. They invited me out to go play ultimate frisbee with them. And at first I said no. And then I thought about it. I was like, I want new friends in my life. Why don't I just say yeah? So the next day I went in there to go say yes. And it was the ultimate frisbee was later that weekend, but he said, "Hey, well, that's going on this weekend, but we're doing something tonight if you want to come out with us, with me and my brother." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." And I drove with him and his brother, two complete strangers, for 2 hours from San Diego to LA for an event. I didn't even know them. I said, "Screw it, yeah, let's do it." Flash forward 6, 7 years later, we've been best friends ever since. To this day, we still talk almost every other day, a few times a week. And this leads me to my next point, is that you get to start saying yes. When new things and new breadcrumbs and new opportunities show up in your world, start saying yes. Because if you don't start saying yes, whatever else you're saying yes to, you're saying no to. So what are you saying yes to? And you get to take action. I always talk about this in my law of attraction manifesting videos. You get to take action. So get out. Get out in places. What do you love to do? Whether that's yoga, meditation, reading. Go to a bookstore, go to a library. Go to a dance class. Do what you love. Whether that's public speaking class, or I don't know, you love surfing or you love snowboarding. Where are those people hanging out? Follow your authentic self. Because if you're not following and listening to your heart and doing what you love, and be authentic and transparent and true to who you are, you're wearing a mask. And it's for as long as you're wearing a mask, you're only going to attract people who are attracted to your mask. And now, in order to continue that relationship, you have to keep wearing your mask, and that becomes exhausting. And then you repel the people you really want to be, your soul connection, the people you really want to be hanging out with. When you're your authentic self, you attract the people who love the real you. Who love the real you. And sure, those other people might not like you, the ones that liked your mask, but you don't want to be hanging out with them anyways. So be yourself and get curious. Where do these people live? And above all, are you the friend you want? Are you being that person? You know, I have that best friend now. And on top of that, I have another best friend. And I have so many more relationships in my life. People I didn't even know were real. Epic beings of love and compassion and awareness and consciousness. Unique, creative individuals with a purpose on this planet to share a greater message, to leave something behind, legacy, to expand this world into more love. And if it wasn't for me taking those first initial steps of getting curious, continuing to work on myself and growing, creating space and saying yes and taking action and getting out in environments that resonate more with me, I would never have all these amazing, fulfilling relationships in my life. I have people I can count on. People who have a shoulder to lean on. People that support you unconditionally. People that love you unconditionally without judgment. Without saying you should do this or should do that. People that live in acceptance. People that are inspiring and creative and authentic. People that are honest and truthful. What do you really want? And are you being it? And I promise you, as you begin to implement these principles into your life, in the perspective of your relationships, you'll look back a few months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, and you'll just say, wow, this is my life. This gets to be my reality. So what reality are you choosing? And you'll be so grateful, so happy, so much fun and playfulness and expression and connection. Health is one of the most important pillars of our life, right? We don't have our health, what do we have? For me, health is the most fundamental, important piece of my life. And then after that is my relationships. Because it doesn't matter how many relationships I have. I don't have my health, I can't enjoy them. It doesn't matter but I put money and success, like the idea of material success, after relationships. Because it doesn't matter how much money I have in the world. If I don't have fulfilling relationships to share it with, I don't have anything. I'll be sitting in a big house by myself. So, something I really want you to ask yourself and really sit with is, are you being the friend that you want to have in your life? And if not, get curious as to how you can start being that. I love you guys. I hope you got value out of this video. I'm so excited to see you implement these things into your life. Comment down below any tips and tricks that you've learned along your journey to create more awesome relationships. And subscribe if you love diving into topics around optimizing yourself as a human being, discovering your innate well-being, and creating the life that you dream. You guys are light warriors, and I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.